oko eata ikpikpi aniro ikwo niro etinya ema na gbonya hin so kon pa no oka mo bogwa kan e mana mia nwanwan vekenebo na mugio gbegbo ojinya mo botemi pia idu na ame meha na lati efa emehi aka oga imo no ga ame eto ma ame emihu oga ame mihu na anati okpa iyo anati okpa hi osi overo so kon pa ino na ni mehe bo e me yunu kana ogboso ave ni nwa ba inverting na na go dawo oga ame mihu oga ame mikpia so kon ave mo na o isege na ga ati iso noro anabeti iso noro oyebe gba oni ege gbegbe ame na meka abo wa ya le anamiewe temari yoboba buhun ekenia idieja eidu ya vie ma no ga agwere ogbe na laka veri yeso wuwe ikinkin na itie dona ni mae yekeno baje ya vinya arie umodia ni ke gare nedo idugiwe unagma nevodo zeve no ya mame arioba ogivi edo oge ma no ve do ga eva no ve lene ogbegbe ameni eya na so atie idu ogene runda we yen yewe na go salobo agenya ama no rie no na le ijobo salobo aweno idugi unagma neva anagi ona ifija ona rievo na wa ogi garievo na wa emaniga arriva no ga ivie do ke vivie yana iwe okay osogina pega iridu aya mwe arogene ao obeyeva awosa na no re apapava se no awosa na no emission road awosa na no emission road davi ami awogene anado ami awogene odo ogiso hia fe awogene ni vari mwe gbone enidu noga naga ati ogene aya mwe evani gbo ari mwe gbone te dadore rije wa ya nerun ni du fian gbiyan ni du rie mi no mare ni du ana yin yawe ana yin tie ni kao no ebe unagban ya fe ana iga yin ya nerun gyosa lobwa kebe ni kao so kwana atinye ogene ekeni ni ana mu giogbe tun igbo gbogbe ameni huyan vedo ana ati uhe ni ni ana irie ebe ogene ni naga ati ana we yan ogene nuhe era emeni ke ladia we yan ogene nuhe ogene ni wa re ebo ni mazena ne erie ban oye ma ni be ya ti ogene nuhe yen ga anu ere ni ahin ya degbe weregbe so kun ya na ya wiji we o ma kon wa no iwe unagbon no rie no wa ne awogene no eni ta ya nerun weba erun elu ya na ba iya na iweregbe ogbe ameni ri fone ovie no diun na ga ti aka ovie wie ni ke begbe degbe adie ekeni mari hen na edo no baji vinha ride evani emeni ke ladian bunde evo ga bilelian de venia ya de vinha rigba rieke eyan ya tie wemi ubi mevo evani ubini na ladian ubini khion mese migodo zeveme ubini rotone deji tele 12th century ubini ya ladian eve ukpo wo no ro ya ladian ere kaladeran ubini ni ividu oka tafwa we ubimevo evo ni mose bamba na ne ya risedo iyan na bedo unagbon da doge na khionge wa ni awe usun ibiaka no ro evo na ni maitie wobo ni bonbo ibiaka yan khin efave mehi no be ugo de do bedian ivie waye be bun owedian o ma no ga igi ohen no ga gba oge awe ogene ni anati azama azamanuhe aga tie ivie bobe a oni ata mu wewe o uhe eba uhe kalade rankere weto buwe negbu wewe de azama ije do na wewe azama ogba ore mi ni bodo azama ibe arie ebunya ne iya mo mana ti azama bodo iya mo azama ga agba ore ogiso ya ihwane no giso ya na ga su ogiso ari uhebe ya ivie do ya wi hwa emi ya fe ni ma me do be de na na ihu ihwa amobo ya ditele ni bun anave ye ima ibe so ansa omone anave do ya sai ba ibe do awe na tie inota ve ya ido na gbe na ve ya ehia ibe do ladian wuwe anado mo ogiso ima eti wa hin ni kakabo so kwa me be ni aswe we ogiso ri uhe ejo pono ogiso
imade pakero esi eneni nwa pakero so eneni nwa e pakero esi eneni nwa
ihe wa yin afọ be pe na ibe so na wo ka be ti ga o ya aswe we go ta
ihwani robe ga
so you ya something like that
so mo ya mete ni tana emi ya fe ni mai wa yo bokan bo o din do no ihwan ro abo gisogi ze jojo ona ibe do segbe owodo ega no wodo na ibe ya miewe emi no sumu oyegbe kangbe owodo maijo ana ibe do a imie omono ba ne do omono ba ni godo ega no ya se egbe wa na di obase wa ya ga ewe odeni hi aye ne no regbe na gwa unda we e baba go bien hin wa mo okin aje no reveri oni oya mue awogene ni adiedo ona mo awogene ni adiedo awogene ni anado atie eyimi oridu anado atie eyimi du azama no ga agba ore mi ni egbe ore no waye redo do fie dene na o ave gboloton egba boloton iya emi na uwe eyimi du ni ni ivie fa no rudo ogba ore imi du ana ati ma no gba ore imi du rudo ana ati ogie fa ogie ore fa ogie fa ni bijera me ke ga ohu no ni jera me simi na ga okpia ize ige ogie fa ni ware gbe masokwan obi ogie fa ni me yebe hin regbe no bije owarudo ni que no to ya na mo eve imi dure ba no wi hia to ga amu ye video ai mi ro pa so kwon ogefa oyerudo iyan agba o imi du wetin imi du ni wa omo ga die do runde we no tame ogo de ga aje ye meyo ni ijodo kege ni ade ma kemi imi du eni hia fe na ido ami ebe do runda we o ma no kakuo no etin vie ma simiyan yagbon okay na mi na ya jere anado ami aveni idugbo wa egbe no vora me ni vora me dugbo wa ga tie anabe ami dubo nothing aruan no dio nothing esige no dio na he ye ovan ogaruan idubo ga eni avedo ami du sere so many yetin degbe ami idubo idu yekeme
idugbo
iduri ase igbinidu yes
iduridu ya
ave ni na ya fe taya efin mo han keke buji aya ri ne idu to boy zeve baba ni to bien ga hin rondani ni idu o mane na ya ti miamia vodien do no me fianya gbe ni awe idu wa bielagbon ya fe no iwa ro odien do na so kon pa no idu ozeri mawuwe kwini ni makwini na egega aro na ya tie bo ni maze na tie idu awezi du me ege ibe se egbe wa na ke obase ewa na ya kin do edo ni ni manibun ma be ba ku bi eso ave aka we do eso fianya gbe ka we edo obie sanu eso iwe edo enion vieno eso ibe we ama amiedo ewa aya amiedo ewo o magbave de o wa do re wai naga tie 1400 ibi san mo bo ya pa rundu hi ne wai mugbo we adoge ni ibi san ma ro do ama iweta ogefa no redo o ma mi o ma ya we unwo bo ona yari e obi san ke were obi edoga no eni ni ga do o be ro to ne tele ga de runda we ra ibi omo o he ni no ro to ra o he ni zeve mi no wasumu we uwege asege na bi omo ni edo tabe mi ebe wa edohe na tana wena wenu wetie ise edo he era no o mi ni be fifu adena we olia eniga no olia ni okin mese ogiso runda we eniga no before avo giso rite do ya ikin eniwa evo no do de bazama rundoni ni ave ni na hia fe oni bi maga temi ha e na ta when I be awon no fi ha na be sikave obo o me ha na fi nu awe ya we kin oli evo oli ha edo he oro ne e ma be ro no kama mo bogun kan edo ni ona ye aruwe ni ana mo upa mo were re ta ye be dere rundoni ni idu amana no wege ba ya ka wane nemo bo he do ina weke na mugi ogbe he no so kon da me we ten ma we ni ye bo de ti ye bo ta ogbe so wa he upa so kon pa no ikian ye bo ya te emi so ni ma so me ke na be he e ke ni gonri wa wese ma ni be do no re ma de wa clear ye tin be so I see ko down ni ye bo ya te emi so
Owesi, otakmero ni ano. Do wanari egeme.
ro ala
Oge ogefa udo be mo rin a edo ne were we do we dia na be aro.
hello Mateo se
Iwe ozu eme ogefa ba. Udo be mo rin a de do we dia na be mo rin a.
o èmi ya fe udo tó tẹ do udo je tó tẹ do
O tell about udo eyin aje because ime wa en go owe ogefa.
ina we iwe ẹyin mi do na iwo be rudo
Okay. Oh, okay.
ina wo be rudo eno ebo ya fe nu we wa mi bo din do ya fe ọba ọba ototo ba yan de rudo ni ni we na ihon we mi na revo na o ma na ze yo no gba oge to gba oge ni baba runda we baba wa reva
Yeah.
so yan gba oge ne ebo ba ya wa kin fe ọba wa eri ma ya fe udo ve dia na ogi pa na zebon ge fa na mo epo ọba a ile gagi
Yeah.
udo e mo gyan udo e ve metini no ya mo gyan
Okay. Oni ọpa oni no. O se.
okay ama ve ye do
Anybody from comment section who be this Don Claire?
No.
okay
Who a question?
okay ni za get continue dan ya calling me na Kennedy oh yeah it's possible so my people good evening everybody I've spoken with my people and I believe they understood me so well. One thing I want to make everybody understand is that like my sister Joy Do Blood, she said earlier, from my own understanding, works of past professors or historians are meant to be countered if the works gives curiosity to the present people of any era. They are meant to be countered. Sometimes there are some books that can give rooms for questions than they will give room for answers. So it's very clear if anyone should come out to ask questions about those books. On the norms, you will see some myth in the history of the world today. Just like I said when I came newly to TikTok, that the history or the story of tortoise falling from the sky, at some point we grew up to question these things. I don't know if any other person did, but I did. Because you cannot tell me that. I'll have to ask my elders that, look, if you are telling me one tortoise fell from this particular region, how did it affect the tortoise in America today? How did it affect, you understand? So it wasn't like they fell together. So if a professor should come out in 1800s to write the history or the story of a tortoise as a history that we all should accept, I bet you in the next 50 or 60 years, even if nobody comes out to ask, there will be one smart person to come out to ask questions. So it's very normal to ask questions. And there are some people that are pushing some irrelevant questions. They are asking that why should people counter their history after 50 years of writing history? Now we have an adage in Benin. Whenever a man wakes up, that is his dawn. That is when he starts whatever he's about to do. You cannot tell me that because a particular professor from Cambridge or wherever told you or wrote it in a book that you know fully well that you are from Igala. Now this professor is trying to tell you that you are from Akoko Edo, you are not from Igala. Then the professor is now telling you for a fact, you know fully well, or let me use an instance that your own father is from Igala, your mother is from Taraba. Now this professor is trying to tell you that, look, your mother is from Taraba, but your father is from Ijo. You will not keep quiet, even if you kept quiet for some reasons, but you will definitely speak up at some point that, look, my father is not from this place. You might agree with that of the mother because it's correct that your mother is from Taraba, but you will not agree with that of the father that is from Ijo because you know fully well that your father is not Ijo. What I'm trying to say with this is, if any professor should come out and write about a particular history or particular people, we cannot throw away the whole book. We cannot throw them away. This is why you see the Western people of Nigeria today, they cannot tell me that they will do with the whole history of Yoruba people without tapping from Samuel Johnson's work. It is impossible. You are going there. Even the people that wrote after him, they had to pick some references from his work. So it is with Igareva. We as Edo people are not saying that we should throw Igareva into the bin. No. Igareva did his work, of which we cannot start saying he did right. We cannot start saying he did wrong. But we are trying to pick out the correct ones, and we are countering the wrong ones. Now, Igareva came out with his first book, written in the early 30s, Ekerebi Tendo. And that book was vetted by Baiweka II. But after that edition, there were, to we the Benin people, there were lies that crept into his work, which we did not agree with because it didn't sit well with us. So we had to start countering. So the likes of SB Omorege, Dien Oronsaye, Kagosa, I see, and so many other people that I cannot mention, they already countered the Gareva's work. So the fact that there was a particular historian that wrote about the Benin history first does not make it totally correct. If I should pick some things out, you don't have to argue with me that why are you picking the ones that are favoring you? It is not favoring me. They are not favoring me. It's because they are true. They are true. So I will have to pick them out, even if it does not favor me. So it is. When the white men came, there were some stuffs they saw. They had to write about it. And if you fact check some of them, they are true. If you fact check some, they are not true. This is the same thing you will do as a person. Somebody cannot come to your house and lie. The person will come, write a document of 100%, and you fact check it. 40 is a lie, 60 are true among the documents. You will not go with the 40. That's for a fact. This is why the Western people of Nigeria today, they will still pick out the works of Samuel Johnson. They will still pick out the works of Akin Jogbin. They will still pick out the works of Ojo. But there are some, it will not sit well with them. Because I see some of the Portuguese or some Dutch or whoever that wrote about the history of Benin. There are some things that they said that if, as an adult person, I'm reading that book, it's against my school of thought. I will not agree. But because you are a Westerner, you do not know this history. But because it is saying something wrong about me, you are grabbing that history and you are saying it must be, you are forcing it down my throat. It must be correct. It must be, you must agree to, you are going to agree by force. You are trying to shove it down my throat, which will not sit well with me. It will not sit well with me because this is not my history. Now, we have asked, some of us, we've asked questions because for me, I don't think I have that time to debate with low lives because I don't have that time. Because if I should come up and start debating, maybe I see some people, they are very, very arrogant. They might start insulting and all that. And that's not my person. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you relate your history that is partially related to me, if you relate it in a wrong way, you are just tapping on the tail of a serpent, because I'm going to answer you that, look, this thing is not correct. If my father came to your father's house to lend him money and your father fought with my father in return to pay back that money, relate it the way it happened. Don't come here to say, no, your father didn't lend my father money. I will not agree with you, you understand? Because maybe we both witnessed it or people wrote about it. But if you are trying to lie, I will not believe you. The question some of the Southern people, which are Edo people, they've been asking that, who is Oduduwa? This is who we know him for. He's a Kaladeran. It has, there have been so many controversies about that. And I believe, as an Edo person, why won't I defend my own people? I always say I'm correct, and you will always say you are correct. And it's very simple. If we are trying to claim that we are correct, give me proofs for me to know. Because there are some things that are physically present. We do not need white people to come and tell us. This is just one fact. We do not need them to come and tell us. So whether white people wrote about the pyramid in Egypt, they didn't write about it, it is still there and it's a physical evidence. So if you come to Benin, whether Kaladeran lived in the surface of the earth or he didn't live in the surface of the earth, the statue is there. And the place he worshipped, his Olokun deity, they are there. What I'm trying to say now is, we have asked what is the meaning of Oduduwa. And clearly you can see on the screen here, Oduto Daiwa, which so many Yoruba people, they've not been able to give the meaning, that this is a simple meaning. They are not trying to turn around with a question, a rhetorical question, what is the meaning of Idu that we are saying is our progenitor? If you want to claim a progenitor, you are trying to say Oduduwa is the fore ancestor and is the central power that gave birth to the whole people that are known as Yoruba today, which is wrong. Because you cannot tell me that one particular man gave birth to over 40 million people, even if he got married to 80,000 wives. Even Solomon cannot claim he's the father of the whole people in the Bible or wherever. No matter how much concubines we read he had and the wives, he cannot claim such. So saying Oduduwa as a person is the father of all the Yoruba, it is very simple. You should be clear about it if you do not want to lie. That look, we know, I've been correcting so many Yorubas about this. clearly come out, tell us that we didn't have a monarchical system before the coming of Oduduwa. He gave us a stable and a correct monarchical system, which is kingship in 11th century. If you say this, I will agree with you, I will not argue with you. But trying to say is the father of this place, is the father of this place, and is the father of this, I would not agree with you. Because this Idu we are talking about is a progenitor to us because he is seen at the forefront of history in Benin. But there were people and he was given birth to. His father's name is still on record. So if you people want to, if you want to argue or use this as a counter question, I don't know why you should answer questions with question. His name still appears on your own history, even in the town you are trying to claim. So if you go to Lagos, you hear places like Idumota, Idumu this, Idumu that. It's still Pa Idu they are referring to. So if you like hit your head on the rock, that's your problem. But it do still appear in your history and you cannot change it. The family of the man that looked after the shrine of Idu, because some said Idu is a mythical figure that it didn't exist, that Idu is imaginary. We have an Imidu here, and if I should lay a curse on you with an Imidu, you'll be long gone before 10 a.m. tomorrow. So, but I will not do that. So an Imidu is still present in Benin, but we cannot show it on video. You know, we don't have such culture that we wash our linens, whether clean or dirty. We don't do that outside. So if your people, if you do that, that's your business. You can show whatever tradition you have online. We cannot show our tradition, but the shrine is very much present. One thing I love about people that want to make an argument, go to this particular place. Go to this particular place. Ask questions. We don't bite in Benin. Ojogbon came the other day. We had to go and show him Igun. Even if Ojogbon might have been arguing with us online that look, it's not correct, it's not. The day we come to Benin, we'll still receive him with warm hand and embrace. We'll take him to that place, go and look. If you still get there and you view it with your eyes and you go back and start arguing, then there's a name we are supposed to call you. So for these people asking the meaning of Pa in Edo language, when they clearly know that Pa is not an Edo language, rather it's an English word used by Benin people as a prefix for a respected elder before his names. So we Benin people, I can call somebody Pa Ojogbon. I can call somebody Mama Happiness. I can call you understand? So if you go to the songs in Benin, there's a song for Pa Idu. There's a song for Pa Idu, which I just tried to sing earlier, but I didn't know how to sing it, which is Otogbo Talaka Nana Bidu. The Ogbe that we are talking about today, where Pa Idu lived, is where the Oba of Benin
Otogbe
the
Nalaka Anabidu.
Otogbe Nalaka.
Anabidu Otogbe Nalaka.
That's the song. Did you hear me? Did you hear me teaching Mama Izzy? No, I didn't teach her.
I don't know what's wrong with Greatest Network today, but I think he's going to be back. Or it's mine. Can you guys hear me? Or can you hear him?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry, it was a network. Somebody called me. So,
continue, sir.
Yeah, it's my own. What I'm trying to say is, Idu also had children. They are migrants of Urobo today. They are bloods of Idu directly from Idu. Idu had a child called Aka. He had Efa. He had a Mehi. They are very clear and they are in existence. Today, expansion in Benin that you are seeing today, they are of Idu. 80% are of Idu. The Akas are Urobos. These people, I don't think they read, but they just come out to shout that these people don't read. But they are the ones that do not read, because you cannot tell me my history. The Eastern people, which we now know today as Igbos, they call the Benis Adonidu. They call us Adonidu. They call us Oyidu. If Idu is a myth and it didn't exist, the name cannot be there. It's just like somebody coming out in the next 50 years. When you've heard the name already, Idu Gbawa, Idu Sere, Idu Sogie, Idu Oyekeme. You've heard this name that people use names of Idu around their own name. They use this as preface to remember Idu. Just as today, when Oba Dynasty came, people started using Oba Yuwana, Oba Sogie, Oba Uyi. Now, in the next 50 years or the next 100 years, when somebody comes out to say Oba did not exist, how will you feel as a Benin person not to answer that person? You will definitely answer. And definitely the person, if we should call that person a coward, it's an insult to coward as a word. So, yeah, it's an insult. So we the Benin will call that person a Mazwoko, no Wayekowa. That's what we call that person. First of all, the Ishekiri people, not these ones that are ranting online. If you go there, they'll tell you. The Ishekiri people, they still call us Ubini. They do not know Ibinu. They know Ubini. They still call us Ubini because Ubini as a word is older than Igodo Migodo. So there were few migrations from Benin as well. And they know us with these names at some point in time. Just as Yorubas know us with Ado. Yoruba will say Ado, Ado. So saying Ado as a word does not exist. It clearly shows that the person that is saying it has a head, but there's no skull inside, or there's no brain inside that head. It's just flesh. So the person is just trying to make a claim. Now, Idu was our land. Igodomigodo was still the name again. Ubini became the name again. Edo is now the name that unified us. The heart of Edo, where the Oba resides at Ogbe, is now called the Benin. Because the Portuguese had contact with these people. So they had to mispronounce it as Benin, but it's Ubini. The Portuguese didn't say Ibini. You can clearly see they wrote it as Bini. They always called it Benin, Benin, Benin. Before Bayretawa.
Let's loud Tamia the new Benin mean, because let's just use one to buy so many beds. Let's see.
Now, the word Ubini means land of inexhaustible beauty. It's very simple. We have meanings for everything. Igodo means towns of towns. Go and ask these Igbo people that are claiming it. They cannot even pronounce Igodo. Some can even say Igbodo because they cannot pronounce it. So Ubini as a word
they say Ingodo.
Because they cannot pronounce it. I have asked so many Yoruba people here, what does Ogene mean? Is it in your language? They'll tell me no. People from different axes of Yoruba. People from different settlement of Yoruba. Yes, thank you. It was called Ubini Nokpewu because it became larger than expected. So they started. So now, Ubini as a place, Igodomigodo existed, which we are the Igodomigodo today. Misizi is Igodomigodo. Joedo Blood is Igodomigodo. If you call me Idu man, I will answer you. If you call me Ubini woman, I will answer you.
Joedo Igodomigodo.
Yeah, I will still answer you. So this is who I am.
Thank you, I'm here.
Yeah. So this is who I am. Okay, now in the next 40 years, you will see some Western people. If a Westerner try to come out and say the Omobenden that they are calling us that it did not exist. No, there's no word like Omobenden. Now I'm telling you I'm an Idu man because Idu history happened so many years ago. You are trying to tell me that it did not exist. In the next 100 years, maybe your children might come out and say, Omobenden that you people call us in Lagos and every other part of Western land, that it did not exist, that there was nothing like Benden. Does it make sense to anybody? Will people come out in 2024 to forge a name Idu because the whites didn't write about it? So now, what my father worshipped, his father worshipped, every people in a particular place worshipped the same deity. You are not trying to tell them that it did not exist. Because you need the meaning. You are trying to push us to give you a meaning. The Idu as a name, like I said, he first had in the Benue Plateau Conference, there was Awogene, or Jogmoyemi can testify that he also saw Awosa Cathedral, one of the oldest church in West Africa. He saw it in Benin. They called it Awosa, the eyes of the Lord. This is what Pa Idu, Awogene. He was also called Awogene. So I was surprised when I came online. I started seeing Oni of Ife is Ogene. I was surprised because the Oni of Ife, on his own in 2024, does not even know what Ogene is. So now, Awogene, all the Ogisos, they were 31. They reigned and they always went to this place as where they paid homage to their forefather. It wasn't because Idu as a man was the father of the whole of them. No, it was because Idu as a man was the person that preserved the people of Benin today. He was the one that preserved the people of Igodomigodo, that made them to exist. So what is the respect we can give to this man? They deified him when he passed away. So his deified ground was called Awogene, the eyes of God. When the Akas migrated, they started using the word Ogene. That's why in Urobo it is more common. But the etymology of Ogene came from Edo, which is Benin today, the heart. Now, Awogene, by the, is it the 14th Oba? Oba was the greatest Oba to ever march the surface of today's Nigeria, because he extended the kingdom into an empire in his days. And of course, the first Portuguese, they visited today's Nigeria through Oba. Now, Oba checked the distance from this place to the northern part of Edo. It was too far. So he had to bring the deity of this particular man, Idu, he had to bring it back to Benin. The priest that worshipped this deity on behalf of the Oba and before the Oba dynasty was called Azama. And Azama has his descendants in Benin. They are the Oloton family. If you come to Benin today, Oloton is as big as whatever you cannot imagine. Oloton's family is large. You can go and ask. You can come to Benin and ask. So the descendants are there. You cannot come and lie that they did not exist. So now, the person that is still overseeing these things, the Oloton family, they know too well about Idu and Idu. So when the Oba brought it back into Benin, he called it the spirit of Idu. Spirit in Benin is Eimi. So he called it the spirit of Idu, Eimidu. So this deity is also in a place called Udo. It's also in Benin because they have histories of how it got to these places. So it's very clear that in 1400s, this deity was brought back into Benin because they didn't want. If you check it, you will see. You check it. Your Gisos came to our place. There was a particular attack they came to kneel for. They didn't claim because they know these things. But if it was some Westerners, today they will start claiming that because our monarchs came to their place, definitely they were coming to kneel for an Oni in that particular time. You will ask them what is the name of this Oni they came to kneel for. They cannot give account. So this Oba in Benin brought it back and he said, I cannot go to this place again. This is how till date the Imidu is still worshipped. And in every celebration, there are activities that the person that presides over this deity, there are activities they do, which is the Ogefa. Ogefa is still present. And Ogefa, like I said, happened to be my paternal grandmother's father. It's very simple. If you need evidence full ground for Benin. Ojogbon can testify because he came to Benin and he saw everything. So now, I withhold the meaning of Idu, just as I'm told to. I will withhold it. It's not like the meaning is not there. We all know the meaning already. Now, if you hear Idum in anywhere, maybe you go to Agbo which is the eastern part, you will still see that name as a preface, Idu. It is used to name all quarters because he is seen as the respiration of every settlement. So if Idu is not new to history, I don't know why some people why they are trying to claim. So Azama, like I said, Azama presides over the deity for the Oba. His descendants are still very much present. They are still there. The ones in Udo, the Ogefas, they are still there. They have Ogefa, not Zebe, Ogefa, not Mwekbo. They are still there. They are still present. Now, if you go to Agbo, you hear places like Idumesa, Iduno, and so many others, which I cannot mention because I'm not, I don't live there. So you still know, if you ask the Agbo people, they will clearly agree that we got it from Benin. When we migrated, they started naming these quarters. Idun means quarter. In Idun, I'm not talking about Idu, so that people will not go and change it. Idun means quarter. That's why when you go to these places, they always name quarters in Agbo. That's the eastern part of our people. Now, no, Azama is not the same as Iyama. Now, you see some places in Lagos, they name it as Idumagbo, Idu Garan, Idumota. All those places were corrupted. It's all Iduagbon, Idumota, and all. They are Benin words when Obarogba founded that place as a camp. The nucleus of Lagos when it was founded. So he had to name these places with the same way he met on ground. He did not just forge it. So this Idu reflects around whatever we do.
Ojogbo is giving you more names, so Idogbe, Idumosi, he's telling you, Idu
So
wow.
I'll talk about Ogbe soon. I'll talk about Ogbe.
Thank you.
Now, if you go to names, sorry, if you go to names, Oba Vorame of Benin, we don't even need a lot of books to know this. Everybody in this 2025 year, we know that Oba Vorame was exiled. He resisted the British in 1897. His name was Idugbowa. Idugbowa. Idugbowa, Idu still appeared in his name. You will see names like Idubo, Oba Sige that had a fight with Ata of Igala from 1515 to 1516 was his elder brother that was the giant Arwan was called Idubo. That's his name. So we still have names like Igbenidu, around to Idu, just like we have Igbenosun. Now we also have like Iduriase. Iduriase is at Okpara. Iduriase at Okpara today is a chief there. So the name still appears there. We have names like Idu Yekeme. Idu is my back, so you cannot fall. So we also have names like Idu Obo. Idu Hon, thank you. So these names, these are for names. So for quarters and for names, people use it because it revolves around our daily activities. Just like Oba today revolves around our daily activities. That's why you see Oba Seki, Oba Yuwana, Oba Basoge. These names, we are giving praises to our Oba. It's just like an English person, we say God's time, God's gift, God's power. They are using it to praise God. They are using it to praise God. We are not trying to say, we are not trying to forget that our ancestors, so we are praising him with these names. Now that is for that. So Idu has a very strong and deep meaning. It is our foundation here. So you cannot tell us that Idu does not have a meaning. If you know it has a meaning in your language, that is for you. But I'm trying to tell you that whoever has or had a contact with the Benis in the past, making them our descendants, they will always have Idu to appear in the naming of their streets. Except you have etymology for Idu in your place. That's for the names and the location. I will talk about Ogbe now. Ogbe is the place where Idu was born. Ogbe Nalaka, which are those, even if you ask a 2 years old in Benin, they will tell you. So his parents were also from Ogbe. So the places, we have territories around that Ogbe. We have Ogbe Wese. There is Ogbe Ibuya, which is at Kenwan Road today. There is Ogbe Nalaka, Ogbe Sasa, Ogbe Nagidi, Ades Ogbe. These places are related to Ogbe. Ogbe is seen as the dawn of the day. Ogbe is seen as a home, as the dawn of the day. And Ogbe is a well-respected quarter in Benin. This is why, till date, it is forbidden. Agwobabi Ogbe. Agwobabi Ogbe. No one resides at Ogbe with the Oba. That's after the person might have gone to meet his or her ancestor. You cannot reside in Ogbe. You need to be taken out. So that's why when I heard the nonsense about Oruan Pa Idu, I was surprised. Because you cannot dare it. The Oba have been in, so many of us that have been in, we don't even know how the palace look like. Ojogbon can testify. You saw when the Oba have been stood up, everyone they had goosebumps. So you cannot even say you dare go there and say this. No, you cannot spill that rubbish here. So Ogbe is a very well respected place for the Oba. Ogbe means the dawn of the day. That's the meaning of Ogbe. That's why in Benin, when you visit a friend, that's Benin of the Odo. I don't know if currently they still do it. But these are what? When you visit a friend or you visit anybody and you want to say, I want to start going home. You cannot say you want to start going home like Iriowa. That's the normal word for it, Iriowa. You cannot say Iriowa because the person's house you are in is also a house. So you cannot tell him that you are going to a house again. You say Ikianso Dogbe. What does it mean Ikianso Dogbe? You are going to the place where the dawn of the day started. You woke up from your house. Your house is now your Ogbe when you are at another person's house. I don't know if anybody is getting me, but your house is now Ogbe because you woke up from there. It is the dawn of the day. So when you visit another person, you say Ikianso Dogbe. It's just like when you visit a person, you do not say Arowa in Edo language. If you want to speak it, you can say Weka Soy. The person inside will say Wedianonihi or Wedianoruga. It's very simple.
Oh, Edo was that man.
Weka Soy Edono. Only Arowa. Yeah. So
My mom just confirmed it.
okay.
But people, are some of you on my part? Did you understand that?
You are
That wrong
involved
for
with Edo
them.
movies now. You are involved with Edo movies now. They usually use in the movie. Well,
Yeah,
sorry.
but I'm asking the audience because some of them might not
Okay,
even know.
okay. All right.
So, okay. Continue,
So
my brother. Sorry for interjection. Continue.
okay. So that's for Ogbe. Ogbe is the dawn of the day. And about Idu, Emi Dwaya Sunave Yamoyoto. We started with Idu, we ended with Idu. About Idu, like I said, the Igbos that are people that are known today as Igbos, they call us Adonidu. If you still go to Onisha, they can call you Onyidu. If you go to some other place, Enugu is the case. So it's not even all Igbos that are related to this Idu that they are claiming Idueri. It is the migrants from Benin, the Benin extension in the east that are connected to Idu.
They want you to repeat that thing you said just now. People are not so clear. Some people say they are hearing
Okay.
for the first time. So,
Okay. No, it's not a song. Weka soy. Weka soy, when you say soy, it's just like telling somebody, I will say it out or say it to this person, extend this greeting. So you are just saying Weka soy. The person inside can tell you where dia no ruga or where dia no nihi. Maybe the person is coming out. So it's just like that. So it's not an instant language.
Don't need my brother. As we're tired, but now we are be two hands the son man. The my understand the way.
It's an Edo word.
No problem. First time we
Yeah, Edo wabune like Mary. He may use the surface. Mary mobo Mary mobo zeni. So the humanity meaning of Idu Mayana. So that's for Idu. If you do not understand what Idu means after this whole submission, after this whole explanation, maybe if you can come to my DM, maybe we can chat. But I will trust you enough to know that you are on the right side to understand. You are not reading to, or you are not learning to argue. You are reading to learn. So I can type something for you. Maybe you will read to learn it, but you are not reading to take it to another platform. Because I've understood one thing, that whenever you try to make a point to these people, it's very simple. Do you know the Southerners and the Westerners about history? I'm not talking about we as Nigeria. About history, we are like Davido and Whiskey, that King and Popo. So it's never going to be something that will come to an agreeable fact. So there's no way you will tell me, now my papa be this one. I will still tell you, now my papa be this one. So we are not going to agree. I understand. But I am telling you from Edo school of thought. If you go to any elders that know deeply about Idu, they will still tell you, and they will tell you the meaning. So if words come to words, maybe we might still say the meaning, but let's allow them to cry a little bit. Because what they are trying to do, they will bring up some Edo people like me. If I relate with 10 Yoruba people, I will not use those 10 to judge the intelligence of Yoruba people because they are large. So now, I've heard some monarchs from the West, and sometimes I choose not to speak because I get their point and it's very clear. But sometimes when I hear monarchs like Ifarawo, when I hear monarchs like Noah's Ark, I begin to question, is this history or folk tales? So these things are questionable. So if I engage 10 Yoruba people, I will not use them to judge their own history. That these people, they are this, that. You will see some of them bringing up an Edo person. They know too well that this person is a novice. They will use this person to judge the whole Benin people. That's stupidity at its highest ranking. They are at the highest ranking of stupidity. So for Idu revolves around us. Come to Benin, we have Idu Gbawa, Idu Sere, Idu everything. Oba revolves around us. We have Oba Van Obo, we Obota, and Oba Yuana as a name, Oba Soge, Oba Uyi. I heard the other day they were saying Izzy Sugar is a Yoruba person, that her name is Omoniyi, that she switched it to Omoruyi. I was like, what nonsense? You want to tell this person that she doesn't know her root or what? You do not force history. You do not force history on people. So with this, I know some of them are here and some of them will make it fly. So with this, you all should be clear about Idu. But the meaning of that Idu is a very simple word. And if you want to get it, just cry a little. Maybe you cry for like 1 month or 2 weeks. We'll tell you. So I'll say I will end my submission here. Thank you, everybody. I'm about to leave.
I beg, before you leave, maybe people will have few questions, like maybe 5 persons. Let me see. If you have a question, just raise up your hand. I will bring you up. Happiness has volunteered that anytime you want to put somebody up, you can take her to the FYP. If you have any questions, just let me know. For those of you on the box, if you have questions, please.
I don't know how to raise up hand though. I have one question, please.
Okay. No, for you on the box, you can unmute. Okay, Senior Clan said he needs. We have continue.
Yeah.
I have a question for Igala.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I did. Although my network this one, but may I ask my own first before my own network carry me go? Okay, now thank you so much, greatest Edo, for the great lecture. Okay, this is what we are saying now. Talking about Ogbe, is Ogbe you said is like going home? Okay, here in our own side, it also means a location. Does it have something like location or a place in your side that Ogbe means also location? Or okay, you have Ogbe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I said Ogbe. Ogbe.
Okay. You only so. Okay.
Yeah, it might be. Do you know we have a very strong ties and connections with the Ghana? So it might be the same word with different pronunciation. You understand? So Ogbe is where the Oba resides. Definitely, it's a location in Benin. If you say I'm going to Ogbe, we all know where.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, location.
Senior Clan, I sent you a request. Please come up.
Okay.
Senior Clan, accept your request and come
Thank
up.
you.
You said you have a question. If you have questions, guys, just send requests and come up.
Ask your own. No.
You have questions, guys.
I have asked my own. Thank you. That is
thank you so much.
logical. I think logical Edo. I don't know who talked.
You have
No,
questions?
my question is for you, Igala. I just saw something. I don't want to derail the class, say, but I will ask you later. I just saw.
Ask her later. Yeah, I know waiting for that. I know waiting you see.
Okay.
Okay, now we have Adesuwa. Adesuwa has a question. Adesuwa, please unmute and talk
Okay.
now.
Yes, so good morning. Good morning from here. Please, I want
Okay.
to get the real story of Emota and Obaewayo, how he fought the water deities for her, be with her. I didn't really get the story because I used to tell my husband our Benin story. So he was telling me about Emota. I couldn't get the real story. So please, if you can help me with it, I'll be so
Okay,
happy.
don't worry, don't worry. I will put it down. We will find a day to talk about that.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, we'll find a day to talk
Yeah, you
about
can
that.
drop
Thank you
me.
very much. West AJ. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yoje.
Logical, take notes. Emota and Obaewayo. Another day when you go free, you go get chance to answer the question. So people want to ask questions. I'm bringing the Muai, your question. Who know who? Please, I'll come for you later. Muai is here already. Muai, I don't already bring you come up. Network. Okay, on my network, they make this thing. I don't know why
Good
network does this.
afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Um,
welcome, Muai.
Sir
Welcome.
Greatest Edo, thank you very much for your lecture this morning. Even when some of the Edo, I got to crack my head. Anyway, it's fine. You just made me believe that I've not even know how to speak Edo at all. I want to ask the difference between Ogbe and Ogbe because it's different. It's the same spelling but pronounced differently. I don't know if you can clarify that Ogbe and Ogbe,
Okay. Thank you.
like a
You know,
Igbo or something like that.
yeah, Igiogbe. Like I said earlier, I said Ogbe is the dawn of the day. So now we call it Ogbe because it is the root. Igiogbe. Ogbe is the root of every family's ancestral left. So when we say Igiogbe, Ogbe is still the root. When we say Ogbe, the dawn of the day, but when we say Ogbe, is the root of every surviving ancestor or the ancestral lineage of a particular people or a family. That's the difference. But it's
Okay.
not, yeah.
Okay, you
But when
can
you
still
want to spell Ogbe, it's kind of different, but we think it's the same sometimes.
okay. Yeah, okay. Egbe is derived from Ogbe. Egbe, like family, Egbe is the
Exactly.
okay.
Egbe, the family that are sitting together, the family that works together. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Then
thank
Ogbe is
you.
the roots. Ogbe is the roots. Egbe is
Ogbe
the
is
family that is sitting
the
together.
Family.
You get.
family.
And one more thing that I noticed, he said it's the same spelling. Maybe if you are writing it in English, it might sound the same, it might look the same spelling, but in a do alphabetical spelling,
All
it's
those they
not the
are
same.
dots, they differentiate them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Okay,
this one,
no
are you
problem.
clear?
Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
I said this one. Mua, are you clear?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Let's say yeah, let's say thank you. Thank you for your support. I dey see you always, eh? I
No
love my
problem,
paper.
ma.
Let's say yeah.
Thank you, ma. Yeah.
Let's say yeah. So the next person, greatest get where they go. So we have maybe just like 10 minutes more. Let him answer our question and leave. He already tell me say he get appointment by 4. So we have another person coming up who know
Hello.
we. Hi.
Wakada Kada.
Ramadan.
Baba, greatest though, you have been doing a great work, Sister Easy Sugar. You have been doing a great work. I have been one of your followers right from
Let's
time.
say,
You understand?
Let's
So, what I want to really know, and the only one is that I know the meaning of Aigbedo, which is you can't beat the Benin. But
say.
as in, how come that name? How did they when you originate here? Whether you feel through any light concerning that name?
Okay.
Joseph Agbedo.
So, Agbedo as a word, like I've said before, maybe not on this live, when naming a child on a particular naming ceremony of the Edos, there are particular events or occurrence that might have happened before that child will be named. You understand? So Edo as a place now, as a name that unified us, any parents can choose to use Agbedo as a name that you cannot beat the Edos just as we are together. It's just like if in Nigeria is a traditional name, somebody can also name his or her child Agbe Nigeria. You understand? So Edo is an Edo word.
Okay. Okay.
That's nice.
Thank
Well
you so
say,
much. Thank
who know who? Thank you so much. Well say,
you.
thank you for
Thank you
your
so much.
support.
Thank you.
Well
All
say,
right.
Ibege Wege, yeah, well say, Baba. Well say,
No, Allah.
yeah. Who
All
know
right.
Man TV? Well say, sir. Well say. So guys, I think that's all the questions you guys have because I don't see any other. Okay, somebody is sending requests. It's on more. It's on our person. But it's on more I can ask. It's on more for a good. Don't miss you, Taya. You leave us for Jongo.
Na me miss na pass so when I do this when I do it too. My brother, greatest Edo, God bless you. The you see, the way he educated and enlightened our people is something that needs to that you like. I don't know the words to use. I'm speechless, busy. Like there are so many things that even myself I've learned today. So it's I really, really appreciate what you've done today. Your level of intelligence is out of this world. This is who you call, in my opinion, a professor. No be all those you know who I'm not here to give anybody any limelight. But the greatest Edo, thank you. It was a wonderful teaching from you, and you highlighted so many things that many people don't know. And that is the reality. You might think what you've said is just nothing, but I can tell you for a fact what you said today were so well contains so many informations that is not really out there. Maybe now people we know. I know. And even you still touch on some things that are not really out there. These are really core oral history that you only find from elders. Now, basically, don't go sit down with one better or you go sit down there. Now they will come sit you down, tell you history. That is what you've done today. So I really, really appreciate what you've done. I really thank you and I give you your flowers. Sister Izzy, thank you also for this wonderful, page where you run so and everything you do. It's not easy. As in, the truth is, we are not sponsored. Everything we do by just love and dedication, pure love and dedication. So it's not easy. I really want to give Easy a flower. Easy, Sister Joy. These are two people that I really adore and I respect them because the effort and time dedication they put into this craft is unbelievable. It's unimaginable. Unlike those guys from the other side where their palace they sponsor them, it's out of pure love and protecting our heritage that brings us here. And I'm really sorry that for some time now, myself, I don't live in a that jungle. But my side gets to take B. Everywhere just get B right now. So, but anyways, we say we are family. Well, I'll always be here when I can. And I'm really sorry that for some time now, I've also been busy myself. I thought that by this time I could not run my first life. But the way, sometimes you they plan, life go the plan, you go the other side. So now we just say be right now for my side. And so I've been really preoccupied. But I really want to thank you. I thank every single one of you here. Logical, my brother, I really, really thank you as well. Mr. Ojogboyemi, I salute you. And I greet you, Lord Rich, and every single EPA KRS. I greet you, sir. EPA Domo, sir. I greet you. I greet you specially. Yeah, I greet you. When I ever greet Papa Kings, that is my bros. I greet Saipa. Anyway, I ever
Papa
greet
Kings, you go there, they
yeah.
watch. Maybe never.
Okay, yeah. So I agree. I agree. Basically, Ezomo Kakadu, my brother, I greet her specially as well. But now, just to chip in a few things, I don't know how long Easy wants to run this live, but I don't want to waste people. See me Gala people, Ambassador. I salute you. You have no small, I no see you. No,
My brother. Thank you.
Ambassador, my
Thank you.
brother, I greet you. I don't know. So yeah, but basically, you see, we really do have a very beautiful, cordial relationship with the Igala people. You see, Igala people, many people don't understand that there's a part of Igala tradition that has something to do with Agbaidu. I don't know if you know that. So it's something that also, I think one day Igala people will have to enlighten us, because see, we have a prehistoric connection with Igala people. They are our kids and kin. Earlier today, I heard when Sister Joe was talking about South, and Igala people came up and said, "Oh, Mona, don't forget us. So we are your people." And I say, I was listening. I was like, "Yes, so these are our people." And as we are uniting ourselves, we will never forget our Igala people. They are our number one ally back in the days. Yeah, brothers go sometimes go do shoulder to shoulder, but you see, at the end of the day, they are still brothers. And coming back to the story of Idu, there is no way I can top what Greatest Edo has said. But to buttress some of his points, you see, anybody who is trying to claim Idu as a name, is just delusional at best. Idu is synonymous to the Edo people, the Edoid people. It's part of our life. It's how we name. It's part of our name and how we name ourselves. It's part of how we name where we stay. Like when we find the settlement, the first thing we do, we give it that name. That Idumu, we give it. So it's centered around us. So when people now try to, how easy they call those people?
Oluwole historians.
Oluwole historians, just wake up one day and they will go. See, it was even recently I found out that this guy is actually they have been pushing this propaganda for a long time. Everything that Agana Warner is saying right now, go and check it about claiming Ogene. I actually found a post that they were doing this thing since 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, doing this since 2019. The first, it was on Nairaland. Then on Facebook, they posted something. I'll send you the screenshot. I found it 2021. They posted in about Organ in 2021. But that time, nobody sent them because nobody would say they're serious. They're like, again, this one. They look at the best way, we don't smoke kind, don't call internet, they carry talk. So nobody really, it did not gain any traffic. So, but they were testing waters. You know what you say, testing ground. They just do it small to see how people react to it. Then they are going to come back. So what these people have been doing since then is now trying to, they try to claim, because when they did it that time now, we no push back. Nobody sent them. So it was then like, okay, well, these people, they are easy targets. Since they did not react that time, they will continue to, put it out there. And you see, the reason why this was very loud this time is because they are now trying to use this as a means to subdue our history. We see them creating their forum whereby they will now, find any lapses. They'll find it in our history to use it as a proof or evidence for themselves. Now, what these people don't understand is, in their own history, our mark is already there. They want to use something that we put in their history to claim us. And when I'm talking about their history, I'm basically speaking about like the Ondo. You see, when they want to claim this, China will do that, okay, yeah. When they want to claim this name now, you see how they have to go to the extra lengths just to make one word look like it's their own. The same way when they want to claim the all those the Edo names that you find in Lagos.